Did you know that what you're about to learn could completely change the way you think about growing an audience online? Right now, literally as we speak, you are competing with billions of videos on YouTube. I mean, billions. Stay with me until the end because there's this incredibly important fact about the algorithm that most creators just completely miss. Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to explore the creator's blueprint, decrypting YouTube growth in 2026. I'll break it all down in a simple, fun way so anyone can understand it. And hey, if you enjoy learning amazing facts and decoding the strategies behind the world's most successful systems, please take a quick second to subscribe and turn on those notifications. It really helps us create more explainers exactly like this one. Okay, so let's dive right in. You know, we've all seen it happen, right? A creator grinds for years with almost zero views, and then suddenly, boom, they've got a massive studio, a huge team, and they're pulling in millions of views. It feels like magic. But as you're gonna see today, scaling on YouTube is absolutely not magic. It's actually all about mastering very specific, repeatable mechanics that the vast majority of people just completely ignore. So here's our roadmap for today. We'll start by looking inside the YouTube algorithm, then we'll tackle choosing your channel niche, break down the viral video formula, perfect titles and thumbnails, learn how to hook your audience, and finally, look at the analytics and AI tools keeping top creators ahead of the curve. All right, let's jump straight into section 1, inside the YouTube algorithm, decoding the machine. YouTube has a mind-blowing 2.7 billion users. So how does it decide what to actually show them? Well, it's all about algorithmic amplification. Recommendations actually drive a staggering 70% of everything watched on the platform. Basically, if you aren't recommended, you aren't seen. Back in 2012, YouTube realized that just counting clicks led to some pretty terrible clickbait, so they shifted to prioritizing watch time and viewer retention. Today, they use wild tech like multimodal graph convolutional networks. Okay, I know that sounds like sci-fi jargon, but it really just means the AI is looking at literally everything, your content, the context, and exactly how users interact with it, to weave this massive web of data that finds the absolute perfect viewer for your video. And to feed that crazy algorithm, we've got to look at this brilliant quote from Nathan Graham, the guy behind the massive channel Unspeakable. He says, "Make your last video your competition to beat." It's so simple, but it hits the nail on the head. You know, forget about what other creators are doing. Consistency isn't just about throwing a video up every Tuesday. It's about looking at your last upload and picking just 3 small things to improve. Maybe tweaking the lighting, tightening the script, or just finding a better music cue. And doing that every single time. That is how you actually win. And honestly, that mindset leads us perfectly right into section 2, choosing your channel niche, setting the foundation. Because the algorithm needs to know exactly who to serve your content to, you have to lock down a specific niche. And we do that using the 3P rule. First up, passion. You gotta actually care about the topic or you are gonna burn out trying to make 100 videos about it. Second is proficiency. You know, you need a baseline of skill or knowledge so you can offer real value. And third, profit. Is there an actual audience for this? Can it be monetized through ads or sponsorships? Your perfect niche sits right smack in the middle of those 3 things.
Okay, now that we have our foundation perfectly set, let's jump into section 3, the viral video formula, structuring for success.
Check out this incredibly simple equation. A viral video equals a viral idea plus viral packaging plus a viral hook. It really is that straightforward, but, and this is a big but, you absolutely need all 3 working together in total harmony. A killer idea with terrible packaging, 0 clicks. A great package with a boring idea, sure, you'll get clicks, but your watch time will tank. They literally have to work together. So how do you find that viral idea? Top creators use something called the outlier method. You see, you shouldn't just copy the massive creators because they already have established face value that guarantees them views. Instead, you look at smaller channels in your niche. Say a channel normally gets 500 views, but then one video suddenly pops off with 50,000 views. That is an outlier. It completely proves that the underlying idea is inherently viral, no matter how big the creator is. You just take that proven concept and you add your own unique twist to it.
Which brings us right to section 4, perfecting titles and thumbnails, managing expectations.
This is all about the psychology of setting expectations before the click even happens. Take a look at this comparison. On the left, we have a super weak title, YouTube tips. I mean, it's boring, it's way too broad. But then look at the strong title, 7 YouTube growth hacks that actually work. Boom. It immediately offers a specific benefit and just injects so much curiosity. When you're writing titles, you always have to ask yourself, what is the exact promise I am making to the viewer right now? And when it comes to the visual packaging, we can follow this super handy thumbnail psychology checklist. First off, a great thumbnail communicates one clear idea instantly, because clarity always beats visual clutter for sure. Next, use exaggerated facial expressions. Humans are literally wired to read emotion, plus it needs to be super readable on a tiny mobile screen. High visual contrast is an absolute must too. And crucially, the thumbnail should add information that the title doesn't even mention. Your title and thumbnail should act like best friends, complementing each other, not just repeating the exact same words. All right, your amazing title and thumbnail actually got the click. Congratulations. But now what? Well, that brings us to section 5, hooking your audience, winning the first 30 seconds. Those first 30 seconds are the most critical part of your entire explainer, so you've got to master the hook. You can use this incredibly practical 3-step framework. Step 1, state the goal. Just remind them why they clicked in the first place. Step 2, introduce the problem or fear. What is standing in the way of that goal? This builds instant curiosity and gets them emotionally invested. And finally, step 3, provide the solution. Let them know that by watching this exact video, they're going to overcome that problem. It basically creates this psychological loop that stops them from clicking away. But what happens after you hook them? Well, take a look at this data. As videos get longer, average engagement naturally just plummets. Under 1 minute sits at around 50%, but by the 3 to 5 minute mark, you're down to 45%. To combat this drop-off, smart creators use tactics like setting up an end reward. Think about how Mr. Beast operates, right? He sets up this completely insane challenge right at the start, but saves the ultimate climax for the very end. It gives viewers a massive reason to stick around through any slower moments because they are just waiting for that big payoff. All right, we are on to our final step today. Section 6, Analytics and AI Tools, Sustaining Growth. Look, to sustain your momentum in 2026, we have to look at how we measure success. When you open up YouTube Studio, please don't let the dashboard overwhelm you. Just focus on these 3 heavy hitters. Watch time, which tells you your overall audience engagement. Click-through rate, which lets you know if your packaging, those titles and thumbnails, is actually doing its job. And audience retention, which shows you exactly where your pacing might be failing and where viewers are dropping off. Seriously, these are the numbers the algorithm actually cares about. And to boost those metrics, creators are leaning hard into some incredible modern AI workflows. Tools like Chapterly are absolute game changers. Get this, you can drop in a single video link, and in like 60 seconds, it auto-generates your chapter timestamps, SEO titles, and even new hook scripts. You pair that up with ChatGPT for keyword brainstorming and YouTube's native inspiration tab or their VO video tool, and you are literally saving dozens of hours of manual labor every single week. So that is the complete blueprint behind decoding YouTube growth in 2026. I really hope you found it interesting and maybe learned something totally new today. Before we go, I want to leave you with a quick challenge. Look at your channel right now. Based on everything we just covered, from the 3P rule to thumbnail psychology, what is the one specific thing you are going to improve in your very next upload? Just pick one thing and beat your last video. If you enjoyed this explainer, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing explainers just like this one. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments, and we'll see you in the next explainer. Thanks so much for watching.